So what do you expect me to say?
Let's get him!
I know you feel this way. Coming after you.
Hey there, what's up internet? My name is BlackLightAttack and welcome to another NU match. I haven't been playing Pokemon for a little while. Just got back into it. Took a little break from it. I've been playing it a bit too much, so I had to kind of take a breather, play some other games, been binging on TF2. And now I'm back playing this Arbok team. I decided to make an NU team. This was originally going to be a PU team because Arbok is PU. And you can see I actually have two other PU pokes in here, Gothitelle and Glaceon. But all the others are NU. I decided to make an NU version of the team because nobody plays PU. And I'm not going to get too far into the team descriptions, the team analyses here, because it is a really long match and I just want to get started on it. But the guy I'm playing against is called Azumanga Daioh. His channel is in the description, as always. If you're wondering what Azumanga Daioh means, that is an anime about schoolgirls that I actually have watched, and I don't regret it because it was actually pretty good. Despite being about Japanese schoolgirls, it's not targeted to Japanese schoolgirls. It's actually sort of an all ages, all genders sort of thing. I ended up getting into it because it was the subject of a lot of jokes on something called AMV Hell, Anime Music Video Hell, which is a really funny series on YouTube. I highly recommend you check it out. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. But anyway, he's going to lead off with his Mii and Fu. I'm going to lead off with my Torkoal, because I really want to get Stealth Rocks up. And when I see Mii and Fu, I'm like, sweet, this thing's probably physical. I have no idea what it can do. I don't know why anybody would use a Mii and Fu in NU, so might as well just go straight for the Stealth Rocks and hopefully get them up so that when his Torkoal comes in, even though he's going to Rapid Spin him away, he is going to take a lot of damage, because I don't really have any answers to his Torkoal. It's going to wall like all my team. So unfortunately this thing carries Taunt, which I had no idea. I have used it before, but mine was a Scarfer, so obviously it wasn't running Taunt. But he's going to go for the high jump kick here while I go for the Lava Plume, and that does half damage to me. Holy shit. I cannot believe that this little thing with just a Life Orb, not even the Choice Band, got that much damage on super awesome physically defensive Torkoal with a high jump kick. So he's going to switch out here. I don't know why he didn't go for the U-turn and just hard switched, but I don't know. I guess he was fearing like priority, or I don't know. But he hard switches into the Lileep, which does take the Lava Plume really well. Lileep is really, really bulky. Actually rivals its evolution Cradily. Obviously you want to go with Cradily if you need some offenses, but Lileep is a defensive beast. The thing is very, very hard to take down. And he does nail me with a Toxic while I get my rocks up now that my Taunt's down. And that sucks because Torkoal's lifespan is going to be limited. And I did want to keep him around because, again, his Torkoal is going to spin my rocks away, and I really want to get rocks up. So he's going to go for the Protect on the switch, which is great. I'm going to scare him out because he really can't do anything to Cacturn. And I'm going to go for the Substitute on the switch. I was thinking if he wanted to stick around and Toxic me as well, again, Substitute would have been the move to go for, because I am going to be faster. I'm pretty sure. He's going to switch out to his Torkoal, which is the right move here, because I can't really do anything to this Torkoal. And again, I want to get at the spikes, so him being out there is just going to be bad news. If he goes for the Rapid Spin here, it's going to be nothing. But he actually goes for the Lava Plume. I was actually Sucker Punching, anticipating the Rapid Spin, figuring I'd just get a little bit of damage on him, but he actually went for the Lava Plume, which is pretty surprising. I fully expected him to Rapid Spin, but oh well. I obviously can't really start going for spikes here, and I want to disable his Lava Plume because I don't want him to keep breaking my subs. And he's going to go for the Stealth Rock in this turn, surprisingly, but I'm not too fussed about this because I do have a Torkoal of my own, although he is going to take that hefty rocks damage on the switch in as well, being a fire type. But I don't want to stick around and just let him Rapid Spin with no drawbacks, no punishment. So I'm going to go into my Arbok and try to set up on him. But unfortunately, he switches as well. I don't know if he was predicting this or what, but I really wish that I had stayed in and gone for the sub now, because setting up some more spikes would have been absolutely excellent. But oh well. So Mii and Fu comes in, and I'm like, high jump kick, not a big deal. I resist it, but holy shit, it still does just an absolute ton of damage. And I'm really wishing that I had been slower, because then I would have switched second and gotten my Intimidate off on him. And then between that and the Coil, I could have actually stayed in and kept setting up. But even after the Coil, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to survive another one of those. So I am going to switch out again and go into Gothitelle, who is going to be able to resist the high jump kick. And I'm really just hoping he'll miss one. I think it has a 90% accuracy, and he will die if he misses one. But no, he just keeps going for it. It does a little under half, and he's gonna keep taking damage to the life orb. So he actually goes for a U-turn here, and first off, I'm annoyed because he gets his regenerator ability activated. But second of all, I'm just gonna live it, just barely, and I had a feeling he was gonna live it. But here I'm gonna go for the Dark Pulse because I was expecting the U-turn on this turn, and I expected him to go into Drift Blim to try to scare me out. But no, he goes into Floatzel instead. So I went for the Dark Pulse. I did hit the Floatzel, which isn't necessarily bad because it does do almost half to him. Gonna bring him down to half. But it would have been much nicer to hit that Drift Blim because I'm pretty frightened of that thing. I know what Drift Blim can do to an unprepared team. Luckily, my team isn't going to have too much trouble with Drift Blim, mostly because I have Arbok on my team. So I'm going to go into Zangoose, hopefully he knows that I carry Quick Attack, because that's going to force him to go for the Aqua Jet, and then I'm going to double switch into Cacturn. Now, he doesn't go for the Aqua Jet, which I'm sort of surprised by, but he does go for the Waterfall, which is just as good for me because I get the Water Absorb, get all that health back from the Rock damage I've taken. I'm going to be able to finish him off with a Sucker Punch because Floatzel is not a bulky dude. So he's going to go into his Pinsir, and I'm thinking, okay, he's probably going to predict my switch and go for an Earthquake. But I can't really risk losing Cacturn at this stage. It was pretty much a toss-up. I'm just going to roll the dice and really just hope that he goes for the X Scissor, which I'm going to resist. And he does call it, he does call me going into Torkoal, goes for the Earthquake, which is almost going to kill me. But on the plus side, I don't see any Life Orb recoil, so I'm pretty sure he's choice. Plus, I don't know of anybody who would want to run 3 Life Orbs. But I am going to be able to switch out back into Cacturn, because now I'm pretty sure he's locked into Earthquake. He goes for the Earthquake again, so I'm thinking pretty sure he's choiced. Really hope he's choiced. I really don't want to take an X Scissor, but at this point I'm fairly certain he's choice scarfed. And he does switch out on this turn, so pretty sure my suspicions were correct. And he's going to go back to his Lileep, and that means I'm going to be able to get the substitute up on this turn. Figured even if he wanted to go for another Earthquake, I could get up another sub. I'm glad that he didn't go straight into Torkoal anyway, but even though I'm going to be able to get up my first layer of spikes here, he's going to go back into his Mean Fu, and I'm actually really surprised at how effective this thing was at just hitting my team. It was just so strong, and yet I know that if I were ever to use it, the second I hit High Jump Kick, I would immediately crash and die and lose all my life. But so this turn I actually go for the Sucker Punch, thinking he's going to go for the U-turn, but he goes for the Taunt instead. I was thinking he was going to try to U-turn just to get the Regenerator health back and break my sub, but he's actually going to go for the Taunt, and that's going to make my Sucker Punch fail, and then he accidentally misclicks Fake Out, making my Sucker Punch fail again, and that's really wasting my Sucker Punch PP. And then he lives with just the tiniest little smidge and gets to pull off his U-turn, and even though the Life Orb is going to kill him, unfortunately this means he gets to break my sub before he goes down and then send in whoever he wants. I would have really preferred to have a sub, because then I could just keep setting up my spikes and keep punishing that Torkoal for coming in, because he hasn't Rapid Spun them away yet. But he's actually going to go into his Pinsir instead of the Torkoal to try to scare me out. And unfortunately for him, I am seeing that after taking 2 Stealth Rocks and 1 layer of Spikes damage, he is just within range where I'm pretty sure a Sucker Punch is going to kill him, and it does, which is fantastic. So Cacturn is doing work, definitely, even though he's really only meant as a utility Pokemon and not at all an attacker on this team. He's gotten quite a few kills, so he's going to come in with his Torkoal, take a lot of damage from the entry hazards, which is good, and I'm going to put up the substitute because I'm pretty sure he's going to Lava Plume on this turn, and he does, predicting my sub. But again, unfortunately for him, I do carry the Disable, and I was kind of surprised this turn. I expected fully for him to go for the Rapid Spin while I went for the Disable, which I would have been fine with. I just wanted his Lava Plume disabled, because it lasts for like, I think 4 to 7 turns or something like that. But I'm going to disable him faux show, and I totally expect him to go for the Rapid Spin that turn, because he knows I have Disable, but I don't know, I guess either he forgot or he was predicting me to just go for the Spikes again or something, I don't know, but I know he's gonna Rapid Spin on this turn. There's really no denying that. So I'm gonna go into Arbok, because that's one of the few things Arbok's gonna be able to take from anything when he's this low on HP, and especially because he's still taking Stealth Rocks damage. And he's gonna Rapid Spin them away. That's fine, because now I get to set up on him. And it is unfortunate that he had such a good counter rapid spinner to this team. I didn't really realize what a huge weakness to Torkoal specifically I had. I wasn't really too worried about it because most people don't use Torkoal. But this guy did, and it's okay, but it does suck that he's able to so effectively keep my hazards down because I really need them for this Arbok set to actually do damage. Now, surprisingly, he goes for the Shell Smash here, I was kind of like, what? What are you doing with Shell Smash? And he was like, filler move. I was like, he gets Yawn. But, yeah, so he goes for the Shell Smash here, and I'm just going to Sleep Talk. I was pretty sure that Arbok still outspeeds even after a Shell Smash because Torkoal is just so damn slow. But he actually switches out, so that Shell Smash was, like, completely pointless. And I roll exactly what I want, and that's the Dragon Tail, but unfortunately it misses. He gets to go for a Calm Mind, but I luckily am going to roll this time again, go for another Sleep Talk. And lucky for me, he does pull off another Dragon Tail, and that's going to allow me to just shuffle him out without worrying about that Calm Mind setup, and that's absolutely perfect. Now, the downside is that crit did nothing. That was a 4th damage, and it crit. So, yeah, this Arbok has absolutely no, well, actually a little bit of attack investment. He has like 80 attack investment, which is only 20 extra points of attack, but everything else is put into HP. And then max special defense, and he's careful nature, so he doesn't really have a lot of attack at all. He mostly depends on getting coils up in order to get his damage off, and more than anything else, he's reliant on entry hazard damage. But as I said, unfortunately, he's got all my entry hazards out. But with all my special defense investment, his lava plumes really aren't doing much, and even if he burns me, I have the rest, so I'm not sassed in the least when he keeps going for these lava plumes. I would very much dislike a crit, but oh well. I will say that this guy, as lucky as he was with never missing all the high jump kicks, he does get pretty unlucky because he never gets a burn on his lava plume, so that does suck. But I'm gonna go for the Dragon Tail here, just bare Dragon Tail. I don't need to rest quite yet, and I was really hoping to tag his Drifblim on that one, but I expected him to go into Drifblim, but unfortunately I shuffle him out into the Drifblim, who's still the biggest threat on this team now, and he hits me not for much, but I do get a special defense drop here while I go for the Dragon Tail again to shuffle him out. And now after 2 coils, that's doing a lot more damage, so I'm pretty happy with that. And he's going to get dragged out into his Lileap, and here he decides to actually try to stall me. I don't know why. I was going to go for the rest on the switch, thinking he was going to go back into Drifblim now that he has a special defense drop on me. And I wasn't really sure what I was going to do in that case because I'm still not getting that much damage on him, and Shadow Ball's going to do a decent amount now that he has a special defense drop, and I have to rest, and it's probably going to wear me down. But he goes for the Ingrain, so I'm going to speed it up here, but Ingrain means he can't switch out. And I've scouted his entire set. He's got Ingrain, Recover, Protect, and Toxic, and I'm immune to Toxic, so he literally can't touch me. So I'm just free to stay in here and keep going for rest talks and coils and stuff. And now that I woke up, I can just spam coil and get up to +6, +6, +6, even though +6 accuracy doesn't do shit. And gonna keep going for the Dragon Tails. Now he stays in because of the Ingrain, but Dragon Tail's gonna be an easy 3-hit KO. I'm actually surprised it was only a 3-hit KO because, as I said, I'm pretty sure this Lileap is specially defensive, but it does go down after 3. Again, Arbok has shit for attack when he's uninvested, so he's going to come in, go for another Shadow Ball, and this time it's going to do a decent amount more. It does almost half, but he gets a second special defense drop on me, which is kind of like crazy. Two Shadow Balls, 2 special defense drops. That sucks. But he is easily going to go down from that range to a single Dragon Tail. But unfortunately, with the 2 special defense drops, Arbok just can't finish up his little stall sweep here because Lava Plume is a special move, and with 2 defense drops under my belt, that's going to start doing a lot. He's dealing about half, and with my leftovers recovery, that is going to be just 3-hit KO. And even though I have rest to try to get that damage off, I believe he's going to be able to take me out before I can wake up and keep resting off the damage. But my Dragon Tail is doing surprisingly little to him after a +6 boost. Now, Torkoal is a defensive beast, but keep in mind I have a Torkoal on my team as well, and he's also fully physically defensive. And me and Fu is doing half damage to him, half HP damage to him with high jump kick, whereas a +6 Dragon Tail from an Arbok is only doing like between a third and a fourth. That's pretty ridiculous how weak Arbok is. Now, to be fair, it's not stab, and it's a base power move that's less than half. and all that shit. But again, I'm at +6, and Arbok is actually a fully evolved Pokemon, whereas me and Fu is not. So just think about that. It's kind of goofy, but he just keeps going for the lava plumes here. I think I misclicked at one point. Instead of hitting Sleep Talk, I hit Dragon Tail or something. I think I miscounted the turns that I was going to be asleep. I was like only half paying attention at this point, but I'm not really too worried because Glaceon is here to finish the sweep, and he's going to pick up the pieces after Arbok, but Arbok could not finish. Again, I should have switched out to reset the special defense drops during the Lileep Ingrain part of the game, but I actually thought the Glaceon might die here. I'm really surprised he held on with 16 HP. I thought that he was going to go for the 1 Hyper Voice. He is Scarfed, by the way. But I figured it was going to die to a Lava Plume and then just bring in Zangoose, go for like the Night Slash and then the close combat. But it doesn't end up being necessary because I live with just a tiny amount of HP. So thank you for the match, Azumanga Daioh. Again, his channel is in the description. That was a great match. It ended up being a 4-0, but only by a very close margin. The two of the Pokemon out of the 4 were very, very close to death. Anyway, if you did like the video, please feel free to hit the like button. It does help me out when you do that. And if you like this video and you want to see more, and especially more of other video games in addition to Pokemon, please consider subscribing to my channel. I will see you guys later.